kills. They have done this in style VP so far. Let's see if they can continue the pain, because through connector, look at this stack. This is going to be chaos.
Okay, Yakinda should be hitting something. It's Buster to actually fill the feed. Buster twice. He's still down there.
He's still breathing.
They need fresh clips. The bomb retrieval mission, if he gets another, he has managed to claw 3 out of that absolute chaos. Body bags all over the shop, sirens wailing in the distance, and Device wants a duel. Jame wants a health shot.
Hanging
He's
around
been hit.
too.
Yeah, he'd need that one tap. Didn't expect the walk up. Device with a punish and a nice little USP upgrade. Okay.
There's a nade, a smoke, and a flash on Kick It here. So this is going to come down to the fights. That utility may come in handy in a one-on-one, but first of all, he needs to gamble correctly. He's lucky the rotation time between these two sites. If he stays on top of the dice boxes here, won't be too far. And playing with the clock is Astralis. You can see the time, 50 seconds left, and they're both making their way back towards T-spawn. It feels like they're grouping up for a bit of a B hit. And once they get in and plant that bomb, it's much more difficult for somebody like Kick It to be able to bait out these fights. And oh, Kick It, he doesn't know where to end up either. There is a chance he could be getting flanked. There's so much space that could be taken. And with this, he's gambling back towards B.
Yeah, I think he's using the time as a bit of a sign that there's probably been some walking afoot.
It's an open plant.
It is. There's a chance he could...
Oh my god, he's just been greeted a gift.
Oh, it's not quite the gift now he has. Fully unwraps Dupree. Device is tucked in. It's going to be reactionary at this point.
Feels like he has an idea as well.
He's got a flash. Oh, great shot. A double dink. Kicker could barely process that one. Okay, Astralis on the board in the pistol.
Lucky to be as well. You can see with Dupree going for that plant, he's more worried about sandbags than he was Heaven or he was CT Spawn. He is very, very lucky that Kick It ran around the corner with a HE in his hands instead of the USP. Because he runs around there with the USP, he gets the kill. Device doesn't have the bomb plan. He doesn't have that extra man. That 40 seconds already going down. And Kick It can win that one-on-one.
Going for that fight from Device was probably his best way in as well. You know Kick It's going to throw something before he goes looking. Okay, stress now. Astralis with some big frags and back towards the underpass. They want to contest again, even with the USPs. Let's not forget how thorough they were with their Molotovs on this second round. So Astralis testing as well. Looks like they're passed with flying colors as they completely flushed them out.
Yeah, Sanji went forward, but it was for the team. It doesn't look like
that's what they were hoping for. There it is. A Mac 10. I think it might be just a Mac 10 at this point. More flames in a bottle. Flushes Jame forward.
Oh,
not quite.
I know where both of them are. That's a nice kill. They're doing a lot of damage. This was a full USP round here, so
some cash.
Anything they get is great. Another smoke for Buster.
Dude, we have, we've definitely not done Buster's fragging justice. I've just taken a look. It's just Yakinda and him at 37 combined.
Yeah.
My lord. Hadn't quite considered just how many multi-kills he was converting for them in that first half.
Take a lot of space as well. And here, if he can hold on to this Mac 10, maybe Sanji will want to operate with it on a gun round. I'm not quite sure. Any more damage he could do will be wondrous for that bank balance. Bomb's going to go off. The loss bonus coming through is going to be plentiful at this point. We're looking at 2,400 in the next. And now Buster, after getting a couple of kills, has 5.9k, which means he can drop an AWP over to Jame. And they will do it, all right. Yeah, okay, so James got in the AWP. Buster's been able to facilitate that. That means everybody's going to have armor behind this. The utility should be good. Kick It's actually opted for a FAMAS. Not a defuse kit purchased in just yet.
And we are going to be seeing those Mac 10s equipped. Plenty of helmets available. Yakinda only going to be the most vulnerable victim to those mobile and dynamic SMGs. Good bang for your buck as well.
Well, it's a 4-man B lane right now, so expecting a B play early VP, and while nobody's home, it's just Zipex doing exactly what we saw Kick It do in that first half. Babysit backyard. Yakinda with a deep molly. That's all of his that's all of his utility gone. And he's playing very passive towards A, so these Mac 10s are brave. Glaive taking some gaps, taking some space. They might even just go contact here, and if they do, they're going to find a massive gap.
Yeah. Don't even know if Yakinda's got that information.
I don't think he's ready for this.
No, knife out. Still got his knife out. Really wasn't expecting that. Now the information is translated. Well, folks, we've got a wide open site. Is it time to save?
Yep.
Yeah, it might be.
Start that 40-second timer. Now, if I'm the likes of Zipex, I'd still be trying to lock them in here, and you can see he's thinking about going back towards T-spawn. VP really need to hold on to these guns. This 11-4 scoreline, Zonic, the coach of Astralis, says it's one of the most deceptive scorelines in the game. So we'll see if Astralis can come back from it.
thinking...
Role reversal here. You can take our spawn, we'll have yours. Ah, that's why. James been missing the live music, Alex. This is the closest I think we get to it these days.
Oh, he's potentially losing out on an AWP next round if he doesn't get saved.
Oh, he's gonna get mollied.
Smokes, nades, they're doing anything they can. It's a solid defense. Kick it even claws one through the smoke. Looks like the CTs have got all 4 hearts beating into our 19th. That's an important distinction to make.
Yeah, it means they will get another gun round, right? So one of these 4 individuals who survived on the side of VP will be able to drop a gun across and get Yakinda equipped. And they'll be able to do that. So now that they're aware that Astralis want to go for those type of punishes, this is where VP have to ask them a question. Do we go for the same setup and we'll be a little bit more diligent? Yes, that is the answer. I don't even have to give you option B. Because once again, 4 players over towards the B bomb site just in case of early aggression.
It's a lot of responsibility on young Yakinda.
Yeah, and he's a bit more forward this time. So if he goes down in this scenario, it could be even worse than what we saw transpire last round. More utility towards connector, smoked off. Mollies are good, keeping them at bay, making sure they can get that under that remit early here, Astralis. And just combing forward with this standard default approach. Lots of nades being held onto by VP. Take a look.
Oof.
They've only put out a very few amount of nades within this, so they might be expecting Astralis to slow this one right down. You normally see Molotovs towards the pipe, you know, smokes towards Monster constantly. They're not doing any of that.
Okay.
They're slowly putting smokes out now. That was at 110. They must have this time down to perfection.
Yakinda though, like surely he's got a one and done position there. He's actually surging forward. He wants more.
James here on the site now.
Does catch Dupree, and he's isolated. He even drops his own smoke. He might be able to get away with that. That's going to slow things down considerably. There's nothing they can do. James already responsible for long now. You might have to pivot back. Do you want to go back? There's so much uncertainty and unknown entities there.
Yeah, they're lobbing out a few more nades here, so it looks like it will be the A finish.
Okay.
Still 2 players stuck on the B bomb site. Long rotation here.
And off we go with 28-second mark. This is the commitment. Yakinda's got a lot to do, as has James. And that was a very nice clean kill from Glaive into the site. Bob's your uncle, the smokes are down, and the bomb is 2. Can't really be contested. Sanji throws out a couple of MP9 bullets wildly into the smoke. 4 on 4.
It's going to be very late. Look how far away Kick it is.
He does like his late arrivals. Glaive's, Device is all too prepared for it. I forgot how influential these Kick at late flanks were. Even more so if they start losing more bodies on the site. Glaive falls. And just has a perfect angle. And that loss,
save, yeah. Well, got exciting there for a second, right? It felt like they did enough to really force Astralis into that one, and they did, but it's just the fact that Glaive, and Glaive is an individual we need to be given props right now. Let's see if Kick can hold on to this. Oh, get himself an upgrade. 2 players just on the other side. I want to go over that magic little line, but Kick it will. Magus goes down to the bomb, damage done to Zipex, but no kill just there. Now, it felt like they did enough saving onto those grenades, but as soon as Yakinda goes down without getting anything, Glaive takes all that space. It's difficult for James to operate with the AWP from the bank, and then they're isolated. So good start, but better finish from Astralis here, and now they're up to 8 rounds.
Like, the fact that Astralis overcome this casualty is testament to how powerful that T-side execute was. Just Glaive fighting Yakinda so quickly and so cleanly, lost a lot of its potency.
And these saved guns give them an opportunity to try and make a buy happen again. Buster can purchase him one more time. There can be a drop from Kick it over towards Sanji, so they can make this one work. Maybe they want to talk through the options of bringing out a double AWP. We've seen Buster do some AWPing duties before for VP. But yeah, this lead, it was 11-4 at half. They're yet to win a round. It's 4 straight here for Astralis in the second half. Magus with a much better performance than what we've been seeing from him traditionally in 2021. Device, when he's actually in the thick of it, finding a lot of impact. Glaive, 7 assists, but his plays have been very, very influential, right? He's been taking space, taking risks. Those gambles have paid off. It's just crazy to see James this quiet. I was just taking a double check at the stats before this game, and I was pretty sure James was leaps and bounds above the rest of his team on a map play overpass. I'll double check that one a bit later. Let's get back underway here. Round number 20. And they did make the buy work. No secondary AWP for Buster.
Okay. Astralis on their streak. Yet to be silenced by Virtus.pro's defense. Yakinda's tested and has struggled into the second half. One of the top performers from the first. Does have a partner in crime this time in James. But Astralis with a different flavor.
Yeah, Yeah, see, Astralis aren't giving up opportunities to get picked right now. They have 4 players, very similar to how VP was doing it, tucked in towards backyard, one dealing with the connector. They've done enough aggressive players over towards long and party to make sure that they can't just push and get away with what they'd like. Oh, Glaive probably gets spotted on that jump from Sanji there, and you can see with that spam definitely was the case. So a little bit of information. But look at the setup on A right now. VP have 2 players over towards long. If this is a B execute, 3 players were to defend, and Buster grabs one. That was a quick shot.
Yeah, you have to get through Buster's short hold. He's got his angles ironed out, and he flattens too. Oh dear, 45. Clock starts to feel punishing. Smoke start to arrive. That is the last of them. And surging through it was Magisk. He's got put down. They can't find anything. Finally, Zipex puts one in the feed for them. No way out.
Yeah, I think this might just be a bit of a save call here from Astralis. The money's built up to a decent point. Dupree's the only one going to need a drop going into the next round. So yeah, holding on to this AWP with 20 seconds left might be the right call. And finally, VP, they grabbed themselves a CT-sided round here. So scoreline will be 12-8. It didn't even feel like they had to do anything too flash there to get that one.
Yeah, but just not going towards Buster's position seems to be the play.
He is having a good game, old Buster. Remember, in middle of last year, he took a bit of a break, right? He went out of the roster, he was inactive. That's when Yakinda came in, but it wasn't to replace Buster, it was just in lieu of that. And then obviously Adren, he's the one who got thrown aside. Buster comes back, and since then, this lineup has been building and building. These are 2 huge kills. The fact that he pivots back, he's still got the awareness.
See you, nerd.
He doesn't have anybody, you know, from barrels needing to do the cover there. He does it all himself, so easy as you like. 12-8. Both teams, similar looking buys. Rifles for 4, AWPs for 1. Kits are out. Lots of utility here. VP are set up for success with this one. Okay, so it's not the 4-man B lean early out of VP. They've actually put Jame over towards long straight away. Yakinda down towards connector, and he's gonna take fight.
Whoa, he's won it as well. Oh. Surely not a second. Through the flash and the spray, Dupree trades. Chance on long. Device is posted up. Oh, what an easy shot to hit, and it lands straight into the toes of Jame. Device does punish. It's not enough for lethality, though. 2 hamstrung players, one on either side for the remainder of this round. A smoke monster from Buster done his lineups.
Oof, good nade. That's a lot of damage onto Kick It right there, and we can see Astralis are clamping down now too through the sewers up from Sandbag.
Oh, they all look like they're in limbo.
Device is joining him now as well. So 3 is still able to pivot, right? Because they maintain connector control. Oh, this is so clumsy.
Oh, the timing, and he peeks just in the nick of time. More damage. Glaive. Device burned away. They've taken such a beating here, Chad, and with 35 seconds, they're trying to pivot into Sanji.
Sanji's very passive with this bank line. This is... Still looks like Astralis haven't made up their mind. Looks like they're trying to play CIS Counter-Strike right now.
But it looks like VP aren't quite ready to work this out. There's no one to respond.
It's an A fake.
Okay. Pulls Buster. Convinced me. Knives are out. Jame might have to step up big here. Short, no, it's going to be Monster. Doubles up there. Bomb, looks like it might be going short late.
They're through.
Already out. Oh, but a quick shot from Kick It. 8 seconds, that was the bomb carrier. Awkward as hell. Glaive surely can't get it down unless Dupree can save him. He's punching in the digits. Jame can't contest. We play on. Glaive so close. Around the edge of the smoke is Sanji. Dupree would have to ace clutch. Not an easy task, not an easy feat. Tip of the head, and it's just the one. Buster very quick on the trigger, and Virtus.pro pull a 13th out of the hat.
They were big shots from Kick It there, right? Like, you were bang on. Nobody seemed to know what was going on in that round. It was back and forth, up and down, and then out of position, Kick It hits 2 bangers. That was some nice shooting. Yakinda doing a good job to destabilize as well. So the game plan that Astralis started going for late appears to be where Virtus.pro is starting, right? Fight for connector control, make things awkward, don't give them free space. Hit some absolute bangers, and that's all you need to get 13 rounds here.
Whew. That could have been a very telling round. Had they conceded that, overtime, minimum, Astralis could have really ran away with it. Instead, though, we can see that they are a little shaken. Going to be going back in 2 rounds in a row for the CTs, keeps the bank nurtured.
They have 1 timeout left after this one here, Astralis. So they've really chewed through these, and they're making this buy happen again. Glaive's been dropped across a UMP. Operating with very little here, Glaive. AKs for everybody else. I wonder if they're going to go for something a little bit more decisive off the bat, because Astralis, you know, back and forth in that nature, unable to stabilize right there. Early monster smoke. Pressure towards B again. Nothing given for free. You can see nades, spam. There's always something coming out from VP.
And we saw how effective Buster is in short. Not this time. Dupree, a crucial entry he's provided for his squad. It's one of the more celebrated scalps from the VP roster here on Overpass. Back through an underpass, door naded off for convenience. A 2-2 split of the remaining defensive setup. Jame on toilets, Yakinda back to back with him on long. What does the bomb being left there indicate?
That Astralis don't know where they want to end up right now. They're just going out on a fact-finding mission and using Glaive with that UMP, that lighter weapon, to take this space, and he's done exactly that. Jame is going to get swarmed on here any second. He has to hit some mad shots.
Oh my lord. Close quarters orbing, he's known for it. Will he do his due diligence? He flicks into Device, makes something out of that. My lord, he's got friction burns after that, but it does slow them down. Sanji and Kicker dig their heels in. Yakinda's going to have to do more than that. He's going to have to start swinging, windmilling his fists as they start, and he does isolate Glaive walking in. Shadow, flash is so good, but the spray, he overcomes the flashbang, slowing them down even further. He can't find another. That was asking too much. Bomb's loose, it's Dicebox side. They have to go round, bank, open.
8 seconds, 7 seconds.
It has to be planting. Kicker can't punish. Anyone can. Sanji maybe. The spray not far off. With 1 second on the clock, it's extended by the plant. Magic's gone long, wins his duel, and that could be it. Last man is Sanji, no kit. Walking into the site now, but as every second passes away.
There's a kit on the bomb, and they're both away from the bomb right now.
Got a perfect line of sight for it. Kit there, yeah, he's just not convinced.
No, both.
They don't have the info.
He knows what the other one is.
He does. Kit now found. He doesn't. Pros don't fake. Pros don't fake. Pros don't.
Sanji, you absolute madman.
What a cheeky maneuver.
What an absolute madman to go for that type of a play.
Ouch. Oh, bruised egos all round for the Danes. A 40 stolen. Robbery in the Katowice quarters.
Oh, and those stampeding steps as well. You can see they knew that. Jeez. That was a lifeline. Yakinda was the one that bailed them out, right? The fact he gets 2, that was really big stuff. This kill here from should have been Kickers. Should have been Kickers every day of the week. Mega's coming around that corner. He didn't look ready for that kill. Oh, robbery right there, but impact from Sanji. He's got them a big round there. That's 14-8 right now. And yeah, Mega's going to be kicking himself after that one.
NT's in the chat.
You know what that's facilitated by is that they have done their homework and they know Kick comes for those late flanks. If they can't get to truck and plant Optimus, they have to plant somewhere else safe. The only other place they could have planted was behind that dice box. So the tendencies of VP coming back to haunt Astralis here, because guess what? Kickit wasn't even the player to find the impact in that round. It was Sanji, facilitated by that plant, which comes off of Kickit's traditional play. So you're seeing how it's all connected.
And you can see how that clutch went from not winnable to winnable as soon as he heard steps coming towards him on the fake. He's like, wait. They don't know if I'm holding this. They really don't know.
Flipped the script right there, didn't he? Okay, well, a different look again from VP. This time they had 3 players over towards A at the start of things. Now just 2, and James searching with the AWP. He might even get a timing here.
This is brave stuff all around. Yakinda's actually trying to nutmeg his smoke. James does again find a frag. Smokes for the escape. Yakinda's expecting some funky maneuvers. Oh, he spots him and finds the frag as well.
Getting Glaive at his own game.
Every trick in the book. Good point.
Well, James knows this is a problem.
Oh, that's so clean from Dupree. 2 bursts. Eliminates the AWP, plucks him from the evasive jump. It's a consolation prize at this point, though. Looking set to secure a handful of map points here on their pick.
Cheeky jiggles here from Buster as well.
It's hard to knock him off that perch.
It's good info as well. So now they're well aware that there was one tucked in towards Sewer. Zipex Well, he's coming up from that connected position as well, and Yakinda, he has not dropped back.
Would need something out of Magisk here. Zipex has given him a chance, but he wasn't quite in time for the barrels. So Kickit finds another, and just in time, Yakinda stops that before it gets out of control. 15 VP.
They're doing it easily as well. This feels in some of these rounds that they're just obliterating Astralis here.
Well, they've had, you know, a year and a half to build the Sprudge.
Yeah, so we've seen so many different looks from VP and how they're approaching this, and yeah, it's very difficult. You see the frustration there for Device. We are moving into Train next. That was picked by Astralis. It'll be interesting to see how their map pool continues to develop as we get into the last round of, or potential last round of play here. It's going to be UMP, Mac-10, Deagle, Galil, and an AK. Everybody wielding something a little bit different from Astralis here. Looks like they almost just want to go for a B set piece. With whatever they have, give it a crack. No presence over towards A whatsoever.
Buster loves it. He wants to finish this one right now. Brute force. Can't control the spray. Just the one. A missed shot from James. Things starting to get a little sketchy now. Stabilized by the nades as they keep them at bay. This could be a game changer. It is the bomb. They know exactly what you're up to now. Smoke will enable the retrieval. Heavy damage inflicted to two members of VP.
There's still 50 seconds left. Keep your eyes on Glaive and Device here. They're taking space, right? They knew that AWP was over towards that short position, and by doing so, they're pushing up. They know that it's unlikely James aggressive. And they're the ones here really just trying to put the hurt on Yakinda, who has no idea. He was just clearing bank.
He was. Oh, this should be Glaive's frag. He has to work hard for it. Yakinda's inflicted good damage, but A site's wide open for business.
Yeah, bomb's
expect to see the plant.
Do they go for this? It's not really worth it for VP to go for a round like this. Their money hasn't built up. They don't have a bank balance. They may as well save. And they will. So this is the deal, right? VP not taking any unnecessary risks throughout this game. Right here, you could say 3v3, or they probably know that Glaive's a little bit low. It could be worth a shot, but they know that they just need this one more round to take map number 1.
Yeah, I mean, there's no need to overcomplicate it or go for the star points. I mean, this style of play has got them this far. A lead this large where you can have the luxury of just saying, not the one for us, guys.
The only game that VP lost within the main group stage was to Na'Vi. And then before that in the play-ins, they lost a game to NIP. Those are the only 2 series that VP have lost in their run so far. Astralis obviously losing to Spirit in that upper bracket final. If they'd won that one, they would have been on the other side of the bracket in the semis. Unfortunately, that's why we do see Astralis and Na'Vi, who have now been eliminated, having to start in the quarters. They flubbed their games, right? They tripped over themselves. Here's Kickit's little Houdini moment. Through the smoke he comes. Zipex goes down. And they've been having quite the duel, those two, right? Kickit is a B anchor on both sides, and same for Zipex. They've been biffing each other here, there, and everywhere. I love the way that Zipex rages. I've been seeing it on the cams. I'd be much more throwing my arms over. He keeps it quite tight.
Yeah, he does. Yeah, keeps his arms inside the vehicle as he rages.
2 Deagles behind these saved guns. And invested Deagles as well.
Trying to fill that AWP role with something a little different, maybe for the long take and duel. So I imagine a good component of making this difficult for VP would be forcing Yakinda to ask for help. And when you've only got a Deagle and you have to hold long and toilets, that's one way to do it. He's got the info. He's fired off a shot to slow him down, and now surely he calls for some sort of backup.
Yeah, they might think better of going through the bathrooms looking for him against a Deagle. We know the 2 bullets to the bellies become more and more potent. James actually going to rotate over with that AWP, so we'll alleviate a little bit of pressure here. Utility now being thrown out. And Astralis still don't have a set plan of where they want to end. As I mentioned, Zipex still babysitting B, bomb still down towards T-spawn. Just combing across the map here with a minute on the clock. And now James, is he going to start searching forward? Because this could unravel the default that's happened so far. Divide and molly, bathroom smoke. 45 seconds now. Still a lot of utility left over from VP, and they're heavy rotating B. This is the wrong gamble.
Yeah, they've gambled incorrectly. Pulled the lever. Think it might be time to go for a walk.
And look, if the bomb goes down on A, they're just going to 5-man save. Maybe the Deagles hang around, see if they can grab an exit. wonder if there's anything that would make Astralis second guess this. Definitely not with that connector molly. On towards A they go. 20 seconds left, a free bomb site. We've seen a bit of this throughout. And yeah, VP will just call the save here. And that's the thing with those 50-50 moments, right? You make the call, you know that you're operating at a disadvantage, you take that risk. I like that they're taking the risks now, before it gets too desperate. When we're looking at the 15-13 scoreline and then they gamble stacking like that, we're all going to sit here, scratch our head and go, well, why are you taking that risk this late? They're doing it early. They have a bunch of chances to close this out. They can still throw in CT side aggression. They can go for a couple of plays. We'll start getting sweaty brows eventually because Astralis, they probably have been in this situation many a time, right? But for VP to be able to convert map number 1, in what has been a relatively dominant fashion so far, and considering the flubs of nades that we caught in that first half, couldn't be asking for a better start to the day. Well, end of the day.
There it is. Unicorn round. Not a single person goes down.
Been a while since we've had one of them.
Walking into that wide open site. And it's about this point when then Astralis realized as he pre-fired the corner.
No one's home.
Okay.
All right, they're saving. Yeah, so about that one. Not one of the most exciting rounds. Maybe if you're an Astralis fan and they're clawing this one back. Saved Eagles again.
One more go.
Have they dropped the guns across to different players for this one?
It's not far from the truth.
Sanji just had an M4 and now he's only got a Deagle. I'm pretty sure it was Buster and Yakinda with the Deagles last round.
Definitely can't fault them for putting it on Buster for the B defense. And at this point, they've got early info, early warning system in the form of Jame and Yakinda. Underpass lockdown. Ooh, audio for Buster. He's actually been put in a prime position to punish. How's Glave's pre-aim on this boost? Ooh, didn't quite manage to knock Buster off, but it wasn't far off. Loud, very loud. This could be punishing. Yakinda's
watching.
Being baited in. And the steps are enough to lull Device into that grey screen walk. Boosting now. Is Yakinda surely going to get caught off guard by that if he was to turn the corner? He does tuck in. He's playing a conservative game here.
James gone back to B. Yakinda's the only one here.
Oh my lord, he needs at least a double. They're going to surge forward. If they don't check him, he's got the likelihood of this multi-kill really does increase his magic, and he does find it. Surely he's paranoid. Oh, what an adjustment. Oh, he takes the third.
Close the ace.
I think he might as well. 4 down. It is Astralis whimpering out of overpass. VP picked this and prove. Bit of a gap. Sclave digs himself out of trouble. Stops the ace. But VP with 20 seconds left, this one is practically a done deal. This quarterfinals competitive, folks. Astralis versus Virtus.pro, 1-0 to the Polar Bears.